I'm in El Paso, Texas. There you go. I haven't spent much time there, but I spent enough time to know that it's a pretty rough and tumble community. So my experience with El Paso is I actually ended up there essentially on a field trip when I was in middle school. The story with that is there's a thing leaving out. I grew up in Greenville, South Carolina, and there's a thing called the Western Tour for boys and girls that left out of Lake City, South Carolina. That's near Myrtle Beach, and it was kind of like summer camp on a bus. There was 40 or 50 kids, a couple of chaperones, and we drove around the country and saw big cities and museums and baseball games and monuments, all the things we saw the country. And one of the places we saw was Juarez, Mexico. And the funny thing was they kind of treated Juarez just like they treated Six Flags when we went to Six Flags. You know, we pulled across the border in the bus. They parked beside one of those open air markets, and they were like, stick with your buddy, be back here in 3 hours. And back then, I didn't know all the trouble that I could get into in Juarez. All I wanted was I wanted a guitar, because I've been playing guitar for about a year, and I hadn't carried one with me. And when you're in 8th grade, there's girls like guitar players, right? So I was like, grab a guitar, and I also wanted one of those Bajas, like those kind of hippie hoodies. You can get them everywhere now, but back then they were harder to find. So I found a guitar it cost me about $50. It was probably worth 10, but it was worth every penny, because I could play that song more than words. Girls liked it, and I found a Baja. It had the Corona beer logo on the back, so that was cool too. But anyway, that evening we drove back across the border, and we stayed in El Paso. And being from Greenville, South Carolina, I'd never seen poverty like that. It made me pretty sad. So fast forward a decade or so, and I wanted to write a song about how adversity can sometimes lead to greatness. So I came up with a character. His name was Buddy. I was like, well, Buddy's got to be from El Paso. So this one's called the El Paso Kid. Kept on drinking, smoked half a pack a day. She didn't want that baby, but she had him anyway. He showed up 6 weeks early. She left him down on Cradle Road. It's a rough start for Buddy, and a long way to go. Life ain't easy on a bastard. Kids are wild and mean and brash. It don't help it when your daddy was Juarez, Missouri. Your mama was El Paso trash. Leaving one side and calling him greasy, another hollering gringo. It's a rough start for Buddy, and a long way to go. About the way the world goes around, and how some folks are born and primed to swim, and other folks are primed to drown. But when the cards are on the table, you play your hand, or you can fold. It's a rough start for Buddy, a long way to go. Well, he found himself on the curb just one last time, on the day he turned 18. When he thought about the army, he couldn't see himself in green. So he just headed north along the Rio Grande. He knew his life, it wasn't for nothing. It was just unplanned, and sure as a mockingbird sings a stolen song, and the straightest path finds a crow. It's a rough start for Buddy, a long way to go. There's a special place in heaven for those who scrap for a fighting chance. Long shot to the neighbors, all the odds be damned. When the cards are on the table, play your hand, or you can fold. Rough start for Buddy, a long way to go. It's a rough start for Buddy, a long way to go. Oh, Buddy, thank you very much.